Hello, my name is Nicole Chapa. I'm part of Team 5, and I will be explaining what was done for the challenge and every single detail about why we chose certain information and the process of it. So the first step was creating clusters. These are the clusters that we got for families, and then we got these clusters for stores and then their respective subclusters too. So step by step on creating the clusters for families and for stores, we used the tool of Minitab doing a cluster analysis. We used the WARD method and we did an 80% of similarity. After that, we got a graph for each cluster and we analyzed the graph and we could clearly see which ones were the subclusters. After having those subclusters made, we graphed each subcluster and then we could easily observe the families that were involved or the stores that were involved. After that, we chose one representative family of each subcluster to analyze. After the whole process of selecting one representative family, we got these families and these stores for each group. So while creating the forecast for each of the store family relations, what we did was trying to do for each relation, we tried to do the different types of forecast methods we know to see which forecast model fits best each relation. So for example, for Gaseosas Tienda 58, we tried the Winters additive, Winters multiplicative, decomposition additive, and decomposition multiplicative. So in this case, for those four forecasts, the one with the MAPI that was the lowest, we had for the método de composición aditivo. So that procedure was the one we followed for each store family relation. So in the end, we really got overall really good results. The highest mapping we got was for Aguas Tiendas 52 with 22.11. And it was the lowest one out of all the forecast methods we used. It was the método de Winter multiplicativo. So if you wish to pause to see which method of forecast we used for each store family relation. Now I will be explaining how to do a forecast. In this case, I'm going to use for the store 58, Aguas. We used a decomposition method multiplicative. So we did it manually in Excel. What we did was we selected the indexes, which are basically just numbers, the Y's, which are the information of the product, which means the sales. And then we proceeded to use a center moving average of 12 because we want to forecast for the next 12 months, okay? So it is selected here on the 7 because it is right in the middle. So if we click the formula, you can see that it gets the average of the first 12, which means the future 12 months, okay? So we use here, this part, the moving averages. We use the trend. We also analyze that. CT, ST times ET, which means the seasonality. We also observe that as well. We use the seasonal components here on the right. And we got here the averages, the ST adjusted. We used here also the months which were given to us in the database originally. So now we completed the multiplicative decomposition method and we also obtained the residuals and the APE. Here basically the YT is the forecast, which are the data and the numbers that we need for the 12 months that we're trying to forecast in the graph. So eventually we just plot this diagram and we're gonna get here by months. And here are the orange ones that are not like together with the blue are the 12 months that are forecasted. The blue ones are the actual data, like the actual numbers we already have of the database, and the orange ones are the numbers that are represented as the forecast, which is the future sales and where we can see the peak areas of the sales of the product, which in this case is Aguas. And basically this is how we obtain the forecast. Then we can go here to the dashboard and see displayed the graph that we just did with the decomposition multiplicative method. We got a MAPI of 8.40 for this one specifically, which is a pretty good MAPI because we're trying to get it below 10%. We also have the scale of below 30%, which still is a very good forecast or a very good prediction. But the graphs with the MAPI from 10% or below are really, really good. They're really, really precise and with a very good forecast. Thank you very much. This will be my final presentation of the challenge.